What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So, I mentioned in my last piece that I was gonna come with something. I had some statements and I wanted to cover this Super Bowl debacle. Um, I, I have to speak on this, you know, because I spoke on things before it and leading up to it, you know, and now it has happened. And I have some observations that I would love to share with you. First thing I want to say is, by most accounts, it was a disaster. Not just the halftime show, but the game itself. Um, Even the official Twitter site for Mercedes-Benz, the Mercedes-Benz stadium that this thing was held in, tweeted out that if it wasn't in their own stadium, they would already have left the building. So it was a yawn, apparently, by most accounts. I will tell you that I did not even watch television on Sunday. I did not see a single frame of television on Sunday. Most importantly, I did not see any Super Bowl at all. So I was just interested in seeing anything that I could read or videos that I would need to watch, etc., in order to be able to have this conversation with you. You know, like I had to go and actually watch Gladys's fake ass sing the national anthem. Um, this is, and y'all forgive my production value. Y'all know I'm going through it technologically right now. I'm going through it. So I'm doing just the very best that I can. So forgive my screenshots. All right. This is one of the screenshots that I took from her interview that she did before the Super Bowl at some point. And you've got Christian Coon and Christian Coon there. This is the dude from Entertainment Tonight speaking to her. And he comes with the softball question. You know, what do you think of this honor to sing at the Super Bowl? First of all, the language there. It's not an honor. You see, it's only an honor if you're a weak-hearted, spineless, mindless, self-centered black Christian who don't give a damn about your people or your history. That's when that becomes an honor. That's why I always tell you it's important to listen to what people say when they speak. What do they say, but what language do they use to say it? This is an insight into a person, a deeper level of understanding their thinking and indeed their character and their personality. So he began with that question. And use your air quotes, everybody, use your air quotes. He's a black man, an African. Use your high quotes, use your air quotes. Because that's got to be in air quotes. All right. That's air quotes, goddammit. There's no way that could be an affirmative statement. But what was her language back? It's everything, she said. Gladys Knight is 850 years old. She's seen it all. She's old enough to have and actually experienced when they had to go through the kitchen and through the back way into places they were performing, into hotels or clubs, and they couldn't stay there. They couldn't be served at the bar. They couldn't be served in the restaurant, etc., etc. You see, and we're seeing and have been seeing for quite some time now. This was what makes me sick, but this only happens because of y'all Christians, y'all black, fake, spineless Christians. Because anybody who lived that should be in a certain heart space. Should be in a certain heart space, and their language should be a certain way. Do you understand? But she says it's everything. And then she says, because she's a dumb bitch, she says, this was the language. I just can't. Okay, I'm loosely quoting now because if it's not going to be an actual direct word for word quote, I can't represent it to you that way. That's just not me. But she says then, I'm loosely quoting now, just that they would think to even ask me, you know. Now, that's a dumb bitch statement. That's why I called her a dumb bitch. You see? These are not just words, everybody. If I'm going to call her a dumb bitch, I can qualify it. I don't care if it's Gladys. Damn it. Now, why is that a dumb bitch statement, Jedi? Why are you saying this thing to us? Why do you say this? Because that statement ignores that Rihanna turned they bitch ass down. And damn it, I did a video about people that were turning them down. But anyways, we're going to start with Rihanna and then add the other names that I can't remember. Alright. My point is to the dumb bitch, they weren't thinking about you, Gladys. They weren't thinking about you at all, sister girl. Newsflash. After people who actually had a spine and a backbone said, I don't think so, they started scrambling for coons, which can only be found, hear this is the most important thing I'm going to say in this video, which can only be found and has only always ever been found and will always be found amongst black Christians. You are the worst amongst us. All of our strife is on your hands. All of it. All of it. And I've proven that to be a fact throughout my work that I've been doing since 2014. That's proven. That's not even up. We're done. That conversation's over. I've already won on that. I've already shown the truth of that statement. Quick, see which one of them sells out. You know they always sell out their own. Quick, call Gladys. See if she'll do it. Because she's a fake Christian bitch. Grinning, even. She's 8-time Grammy. She's done all the other bullshit. And they're calling her the Empress of Soul. But I listened to the announcer when they introduced her. They said, here to honor our country. No, what was the word? Language, Jedi, is very important. Here to honor the American. Here to honor America and to sing our national anthem. And then they went into the 8-time Grammy, and she's done it all, and the fucking sellout bitch from hell, and they said her name. Language. Because American is not us. They've let us know that since Bush, if we weren't clear on that. They were very clear about what real Americans are. And they don't look like us. You see, it's their country. When Obama was elected, they wanted their country back as if nobody else lived here. Because that's how they think. And that's the way it's set up. This is their shit. They know it while telling you something else. To continue to use you as a source of, as a major driving force of their economic base, to appropriate and continue to appropriate and steal your culture and your flavor, all of which they are devoid of, and to keep the place decorated, if you will. Plus, they always need somebody to hate and feel like they're better than, and they're more than, and they're over. You see? So, that announcer didn't just introduce her. Somebody wrote that. That copy was approved. And it said that's what he's going to say when he introduces her. It's not like you on stage at the high school play going, okay, we bringing up so-and-so, Keisha and them coming up from, nah. Where you just get up there and they say, go up and introduce Keisha and them. This ain't like that. You understand? Yeah, you're dealing with the enemy of our people, and indeed the enemy of all humanity. It's always about them feeling like they were victorious in the end. They won. It's the only entity on earth obsessed with being better than others. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. And has and continues to carry out untold genocide across the earth for that very pursuit of needing to be better than. Needing it. Needing it. You understand? So this dumb bitch is up there speaking all nostalgic as if she had just been, it's like they just decided to make the fucking Statue of Liberty out of her or some bullshit. And she's not acknowledging or recognizing, no bitch, you weren't the first choice. How many women under the sound of my voice, because even if my brothers don't get it, my sisters will get this, got it already. Let me use this analogy to really take it home. How many of my sisters now, I'm the dude, I'm the Jedi, and I'm trying to holler at you, and I'm telling you, I really, really, really would love for you to give me your hand in marriage. You're my dream. You're everything to me, baby. My world evolves around you. I cannot breathe without your presence on the earth, and I just smack you down. But you the 80th or the 50th heifer. You see what I'm saying? First, you gonna let me get all that out, because a sister will let you play yourself in a heartbeat. You gonna let me get all that out with a kind look on your face, and then boom, you're gonna stab me with the truth and say, but you already told 50 other bitches that same thing. Then I gotta prove to you, no, baby, I didn't mean it to them. I didn't mean it to them. They was nothing. They was, But more importantly, you know you ain't special, and you don't feel special. Even if you decide to take my hand in marriage, you will always know that'll be your own personal thing. Well, I went ahead and I did, like, he still is a good dude, even though he met 50 other heifers before me. He still is a good man, and he's worthy, and da 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 da, whatever, you see. But you would know you was like 51. So she's up there as if they only thought about Gladys when she was a last minute bitch. Do you understand? A last minute. It kind of reminds me a little bit, to give you the humor of it, because it's so ridiculous. It kind of reminds me, do you guys remember, what was it, a few years ago, when Kanye West walked out on stage at, I think it was the American Music Awards or one of them. Could have been MTV, I don't know. And it was like crickets. He was trying to do what Michael Jackson could do, what Janet Jackson could do, Madonna can do, Celine Dion can do. There's people that you don't even say nothing. You don't even know they're in the building. They walk out and the whole place goes ape shit. Kanye thought this was going to happen for him, and it didn't happen. It fell flat, and it failed because it was fake on its face. Do you understand? And nobody felt it. And then the trickle clap started, and it still didn't, it was so comical. I must have laughed at that for at least 45 minutes, because I got it. And he went on trying to make this profound speech as if, and it wasn't even clear why he was even there at the podium. It was such a staged moment, like it was such a fail. Everybody, it's like right up there in the Hall of Fame of like the greatest fails ever for me. It was the level of fail on this, I don't think has been recorded before that day. I've got my team checking now. They're all checking the levels of fail. But we're just not seeing readings. We're not seeing readings, you see, at this level of fail. We just haven't seen it. So it was kind of a sister to that, really. And she has killed her status with me, because there's certain people that we hold sacred, that they can be 2 hours late for the show, they can get on stage and they hitting all the wrong notes, but god damn it, it was Gladys. God damn it, it was Patty. God damn it, it was Diana Ross. God damn it, that was Riri. God damn it, that was Dion. Damn it, it was Whitney. Damn it, it was Luther. Damn it, it was Stevie. We could keep going. There's certain people that are just sacred, and they get away with anything. God damn it was Shaka. You see, she couldn't quite hit that, but Shaka still killed it. We all saw several years back, early 2000s, I think, when Aretha Franklin Riri showed up some places, and it was like, what the fuck is she wearing? Everybody knew she looked like a chicken and looked like she had been set up. But god damn it, it was Riri. You see? And so we just have people in our culture that we hold in that stature, that they can't do no wrong. They can't. Because that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. I mean, they don't even have to be there. How many times have we watched the Apollo? Or it don't even have to be the Apollo. Anything. Any singing contest or something. And they announce they're about to sing any of them people that I just named, or somebody's name that I didn't name. Everybody get tight. Like, I know this bitch don't think she about to do Whitney. Just that you would mention you're going to do Whitney is insulting to us and blasphemous. That you mention it. The last round of the Apollo they had with Steve Harvey and I don't know, Adrian Bailon and somebody else, and I don't know, whatever. That new Apollo, I didn't like it. But anyway, and there was this chick. She's from London. She's from the UK. She was a sister. The moment And this is when all of a sudden they got him coming through the back door, through the entrance door of the theater, and walking through the down the aisle, like, instead of just coming out from behind the curtain. I never liked that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need anyway. The moment they heard she was going to do Whitney, they started showing people and turning up the audio on the audience. And black folks is already like, fuck this bitch already. I know she don't think she about to come out. And they didn't know she was British or anything. Just she hears somebody daring to say they're going to do Whitney and you're not Whitney. That's a problem for us. We don't allow this. You see? And as it turned out, the chick ended up killing it. Dead. She did I Will Always Love You. And she turns out she was a Whitney Houston, like, I don't say, not the word impersonator, tribute artist. She was a Whitney Houston tribute artist, and she did I Will Always Love You. But then when they do glue and that glue, boom, they hit the backlights from behind her, so it was ready with the lighting cues and everything. She nailed it dead, and everybody gave her a stand ovation. I think she won that night. I think she won. But she killed it dead. And she even had on a dress that looked like one of Whitney's, and her hair had that little bob cut, and everybody was just tight, like, this bitch, you are not doing Whitney. That's like we hear the Stephanie Mills name or something. I know she don't think she about to do Stephanie. And we're leaning forward and we're waiting for the slightest crack in your voice so we can go off on you, because how dare you approach one of these legends? How dare you? So Gladys had that stature. That's Miss Gladys Knight, the sisters will say. Sometimes the brothers will add Miss to it. But when the sisters are really giving their high honor, that's Miss Aretha Franklin right there. That's Miss so-and-so. We use the Miss. But she done lost that with me. And I've been to her restaurant in Atlanta and everything. Her chicken waffle place in Ponce de Leon. But she's lost that with me because she threw it away. I'm not taking it. She threw it away. I'm now throwing gasoline on it, burning it, and stepping on the ashes to be sure it's destroyed. Do you understand? What do you mean by this, Jedi? What do you mean by this? Because of her unique place in history, the doors that she's opened. Indeed, it was Gladys Knight, who never gets mentioned when they talk about discovering Michael Jackson and the Jacksons. It was Gladys. It was Gladys. It was Gladys. It was Gladys. Anyway, she has a unique place in history. She was here for the Civil Rights era, which is still on, everybody. You didn't get a memo to say the shit was over, because it's not. But I'm still just going to use that language because it's familiar to you. Excuse me. You have a responsibility to the young ones who are looking up to you. Because why you have become, that's Gladys Knight, Wilder, is not just because of your musical ability. It's because you stand as a representative in time for our people and our culture who has set a certain standard. You are a survivor. And so when you do something that's contrary to that, then we have to question everything else that you've done. You didn't really deserve the crown, turns out. You see, or whatever the case is going to be. Here you have the whole controversy around the Super Bowl has to do with the human rights of our people. The human rights of our people. You've been on every stage they've ever built, Gladys. Take your bitch ass home and sat the fuck down. You don't need to be singing at the Super Bowl. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You see? Because if it had been this LBGT alphabet bullshit, it would have been okay if all the fucking players are suddenly going to wear rainbow tights or some shit. Oh, they're supporting the LGBT community. It would have just been wondrous, and they would have turned the fucking American flag into a rainbow, and it would have just been, you see. But anytime it's our shit, the only people struggling in this bitch, everybody else is a goddamn imposter. The only people struggling in this asshole of Satan, let us always be clear, are African people. Period. And if they happen to be LBGT alphabet, then they are also struggling. But not because of their alphabet, but because they are Africans. Period. So this was a human rights issue for African people. And she is on the wrong side. And the reason she gives is because she loves her country. That's when I choked on my own spit. Because, dumb bitch, to love your country, to love anything, means you call it out when it's wrong. And especially if you love something or someone, you call that out more sternly and more harshly and more forcefully than you would something or someone you don't give a fuck about. You understand? You're a stranger. You got toilet paper on your shoe. I may tap you. Well, I would. So, I tap, you have toilet paper on your shoe. Just, but now, you my family. You're my wife. You're, one of my nieces or nephews. You're a child. You're one of my, something. It's like, hold, let me, I cannot have you out here like this. You got toilet paper on your damn shoe. Hell no. You see, my reaction is going to be more forceful because I'm more invested in your wholeness as a being. I can't see you out there like that. I can't. I have a responsibility to you. That's on that 68 page of single space shit that culminates into this thing that nobody on the earth understands except me, called love. You understand? Because it's not a word. It's not a word. And you don't see it from across the room and all the bullshit. It's 68 pages of single space bullshit. You understand? Attributes. So, I'm over Gladys Knight. Because we also have to be in a space where there is no forgiveness. You understand? There's some things we can forgive. I'm just going to be random with these pictures, y'all. Because I have some other things I'm going to talk about. And I just randomly had some pictures. And they're all bad, as you could see. There's some things we can allow. But there's some things we have to draw the line and say, there is no forgiveness for that. None. None. You see? We should never see her on the stage anywhere showing up to receive any image award or, BET award or, anything like this. We should be over her ass. Because she showed disloyalty. She showed disloyalty. Singing at this fucking game, which was one song, which wasn't even one of her own songs. Plus, given the nature of that song, who wrote it, why they wrote it, the state we were in when the bitches wrote it. I got like 50 reasons of why she should have never even stepped on the field just to sing that song, even if it weren't the Super Bowl. But here you have this controversy that the whole world knows about, and she steps her ass out there. You see? Just like white people continue to breed nothing but racist, evil-ass, devilish-ass kids that turn into their same devilish-ass, evil-ass white asses. That's why we are never going to get rid of them. It used to be the thinking that just the old white people need to die. No. Because Charlottesville, when they were marching with their torches and swastikas and shit, those weren't fucking old people. That's they kids. You understand? They make sure their hate continues. They make sure of that. They make sure of that. And they make sure that you continue to breed coons. Think about the contrast. Rihanna, an international global superstar, who is many thousands of years Gladys's junior. She does the right thing. And whether she had the conscious thought or not, if I could speak to Rihanna, somewhere in the vestibules of the deepest parts of her soul, if one of the things that maybe she didn't think about until you asked the question, say, don't you think that the older generation would have been proud of you? Don't you think Gladys or somebody should have been calling you and saying, good, my sister, good young one, you did the right thing? So think about a Rihanna who outright says, fuck you and bite my ass. And then she has to turn on the TV and see that this bitch is doing it. Somebody that made it possible for Rihanna to even have a career today. This is the person who's selling out our people. What does that say to the young generation? So in my perfect world, Rihanna would call her up and say, you know what, Miss Knight, I used to have a lot of respect for you, but fuck you, bitch. I'm the new generation, and apparently I'm leading and you're not. You disappointed me. You see, really cut to her soul and make her feel like a piece of shit. Because this was just a self-aggrandizing moment so she could stand her bitch ass out there and sing this bullshit ass song as if she was going to add something beautiful and wonderful to it. First of all, if Jennifer Hudson had been standing next to you, your hair would have blew off, bitch, as soon as she sang the first note. Whitney already killed it. It can't be done. It can't be done. You're not going to do anything new. You're not doing anything. You understand? Whitney killed it so bad that they sold it as a single. And it was like some outrageous chart-chopping, most ever sold something in history ever bullshit. Why are you there? Well, I know why you're there. And I know why you're there. I know why you brought your bitch ass out there with them chicken ass fucking legs. But I also know why they have you there. They got you thinking it's such an honor, and because you're the empress of soul, and you just they want me so bad, and they want me, and no, bitch, you're being used, you dumb bitch. And you come from a time that you should know that clearly. As soon as the phone rang, you should have hung it up on the ass, because you should have been saying, I know exactly what this is. This is divide and conquer. We can't allow it to matter that our police kill their black asses and that this man doesn't have his football career. We can't allow our white asses to let that matter, because we are eternal evil. We're the incarnate of the devil on the earth, and this cannot stand. Go and find me some black bitches to come and fucking sing at our shit so that we can win. Quick, get Chloe and Haley, those two dumb bitches. Let's have them sing America the Beautiful. Really, bitch? They should be dragged for several blocks. You understand? They even had, let me start moving through. Look, this fake bitch, fake bitch, fake bitch. And just to note that some of the players, while the bitch was singing, they didn't have their hand over their heart. They were just holding their collar like this. You're still a bitch too, because you're not doing anything. Because you shouldn't even be in uniform. You shouldn't even be standing out there on the goddamn field. You see? But what all of this betrayal, all of them have in common, every single one of them from Gladys on down, is they're all spineless black Christians. Period. Who have always and continue to be the ones to sell us out. Always glad-handing with massa. Always. 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 If you can't stand the truth, do not listen to this goddamn video. Take your bitch ass. Then they had to show the troops. Because it can't just be a fucking game, which is all it is, that nobody should give a damn about. It's a game, everybody. It's a game of men in tights. Can we add that? Hear this. It's a game of men in tights. That's what it is. That's what it is. But they're going to militarize it. The fucking Air Force flying overhead, and you're supposed to be excited about that. You don't see the indoctrination. You see, unfurling the flag and show the troops and roll in a tank or some shit. I think I saw a Black Hawk fucking helicopter in this bitch. Indoctrination. But she stood her dumb ass out there for her self-aggrandizing moment. Look, I wish these shots were clearer for you guys. I'm so sorry. Of course, you got the White Devils with their hands over their fucking heart, because this is their shit. They should have their hand over their heart. Because they can leave that stadium, get out of uniform, and drive down the fucking freeway at 90 miles an hour and shoot at the police, and they'll just be taken into custody. A brother can get out of uniform, leave that same stadium out of uniform, drive down the freeway at the speed limit with a busted taillight, and be murdered. Are you understanding me? And they stand right next to your bitch ass and put their hand over their heart. You see? Think about the contradiction of that. If I'm just your fucking black teammate, and this shit is happening to me. Because what's the difference? If, let's say you had one of the players on the team whose entire family, let's say he comes from a big family of 30 people, and oh my God, they were on a tour bus in Vietnam, some fucking place. The bus went over some rainy cliff and killed the entire family. Oh, they bitch has to be wearing a rose or some kind of little pin. This is in honor of our teammate's family that killed in the bus accident. And it would be the whole team is coming together and this. But they draw a line on your ass while standing right next to you. Are you understanding me? Am I alone in my understanding and dissertation? Tell me now. So how's this any different? You gonna stand your white ass up there? My black players, my black co-teammates don't have the same experience I'm having, my white ass is having in this bitch. Their cause is noble. I stand with them. You see? It don't cost neither one of these white devils not to do a fucking thing, just not to put their hand over their heart. They don't stand with you. You understand? They don't. They don't. They letting you know. Look, and then he said like he gangster and all. Fuck you. You're in tights, bitch. So everything about you is in question with me, quite frankly. These same motherfuckers will go to a ballet and wouldn't be able to understand brothers in the tights with the, you know, and they wear the cup and all. You wearing the same fucking thing right there. What makes you? Because you got on shoulder pads that make you hard? Nah, you still look like some bullshit. You understand? I detect sweet and low in your shit. Look at this bitch. I can't. I'm over Gladys Knight. There's the fucking Chloe and Haley. You see? But why wouldn't they be dumb bitches? Cause Gladys is doing is going to be doing the this was at the pregame, I think they said. Well, why wouldn't they? Because Gladys is doing the national anthem at the actual event. So our little young, still got milk behind the ears ass can come out and do America Beautiful. Because there's no standard of cultural loyalty, a demanding of our human rights in this bitch. We're over civil, bitch. We're over civil. This has never been about civil rights, everybody. You need to understand that. This is about human rights. Civil is of man. Human is of God. The moment that Allah breathed life into my soul and said, be, I came with every right that I'm ever going to need. And when you transgress against that, you've transgressed against my life. My human life. Even the courts and the laws make distinction between human rights and civil rights. I wonder why. I wonder why they do that. I wonder if I could think of a reason they could do that. I wish I could think of. I just wish I knew. I just wish I knew. Damn, I wish I knew. Damn, that pesky not knowing. Of course I know. Nope. Make those two separate. And let's have them fighting for civil rights while we daily fuck with their human rights. This is why you see the outrageous statement after one of us has been murdered by one of these white devil ass fucking police. They say, well, the federal government's going to come in and see if his civil rights have been violated. If I'm dead, that means every fucking right that I ever had has been violated. I'm dead. Let me step to see if he was violated. We have a carcass. Well, we don't know if he's been violated. We have to see. We have to check the book and see. Well, because we think about that. Human rights and civil rights. They don't want to deal in human rights. Because they want you to believe that your rights are given to you. That they're given to you. No man gives me any right to do a fucking thing. I do what I please. Because what? Allah has said He has given me free will. And the only will greater than mine is His. So take your Bill of Rights and your Constitution, all that shit, and shove it up your ass. My very presence testifies to every fucking right I'm ever gonna need. But there they are. Chloe. Just the fact that our people are even naming their children some shit like that. Chloe. Go look at the names from like the 1950s and anything before the 1970s or 80s or something. See if you can find me a fucking black bitch named Chloe. You see what I'm saying? You might find Cloretta or something like. You're not Chloe. You're not gonna find this bullshit. You see, but our women are giving our children Skylar and Tyler and Chloe and all the bullshit now. This is also a problem. But there they are. And while those bitches are singing, they have this guy out there. I guess he's a sign language person, which would definitely normally be a white bitch. But they went out of their way to find a black one, testifying to what I just said to you. Because I always tell you, sometimes you can know something and not know you know it until somebody says something. You go, aha. So let me prove my aha moment I just gave you. How many of us, when we think of the sign language person that be standing there when the president is speaking or a foreign dignitary or something like that, you never picture an African person? Never. So the fact that I just pointed out that's the sign language guy startled you at some level. They were going to try and make it seem like we were on board with this shit no matter what. Because what's most important to them is they can't allow you to see solidarity amongst your people. Because even the most trifling amongst you, your own weakness will make you do the right thing against your own will. How ironic. How ironic. And some video or some show, something I saw, they were showing where the whole drum, they brought out a drum line. In Atlanta, not a single brother on that drum line. And we're the people who give the world rhythm, who embody rhythm, who created the first drums. And in all of this, you didn't find, you see what I'm saying? But, and maybe to their credit, maybe there was some black drum teams out there or some, percussionists that said, fuck you, we're not doing the shit. Maybe all they could come up with is some fucking white people. You see? So maybe that knife cuts both ways. I don't know. But there he is. With all his sign language and all of it. I'll do a round. I'll come back to this because he gets on my nerves too. This Cory Booker person. I want to talk more about the Super Bowl first. And I'm going to talk about this as well. But there they are. And of course, Bernice goddammit King's fake bitch ass was out there too. She was out there. John Lewis can absolutely be counted on to kiss the asshole of the white devil whenever they snap their finger. Well, you know what, John? Your expiration date has come and gone, bruh. You don't get to ride the civil rights title anymore. We're over your bitch ass. We're over you. We're over you. Andrew Young looks like he's about to have a stroke even just standing there in that fucking velvet ass goddammit jacket. Should collapse and die right there. And then nobody should care. but they will roll out the oldest ones to betray you and your people. And they become comfortable with it. I remind you, I brought you a video. What was it? My God, this might have been when I did the Rihanna thing, when Rihanna was like, "Nah, fuck y'all," and I brought you guys the photo of Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali, and it was just like all the major people of that day. These brothers all got in one room and said, "Nah, we came to stand with Muhammad." When he wouldn't go, when he wouldn't sign up for the draft for the Vietnam War and all of it. Them brothers came and stood with him and said, "God damn it, you," and none of them were even boxers. You dissed Muhammad, you dissed us. And they came and they stood with that brother. And there was power. There was power. Because I always tell you, it's us and them with them all the time, everybody. The moment you think that this is not some competition, your ass is completely lost in the woods and we will never find you. It is always us and them. And I've already told you there are people obsessed with winning. Their heads would have rolled off if they couldn't have found a single black face to participate in any of this shit. Because they would have seen that as a win for us. Because their white press would have had to write. Not because they give a shit. But because the rest of the world would have said, what, none of the American press is acknowledging that no African faces were seen anywhere in their fucking Super Bowl. They would have had to write it. And they would have been hating every line that they wrote. Damn those niggers. None of them showed up. Urgh. They would have saw this as a gain for us. That's why their heads rolled off when the Associated Press, it went boom, 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 boom. The Associated Press and CNN is now projecting that Senator Barack Obama will be the 44th president of this bitch. Their heads rolled off because they had been winning that competition since they stole this bitch and murdered off the 139 million native people. They've been winning that. They'll never win this. Boom. The Associated Press, CNN, is now projecting that Senator Barack Obama will be the president of this bitch. Their heads rolled off. Because they didn't win. And they already had, because all of them are the same. The bitch next door in the trailer, the bitch at Walmart, the motherfuckers in Congress. It don't matter who they are. All the same. And there they were, in their back room, the night before his inauguration, saying, having special meeting. Well, whatever he says, we're going to say no to it. We're going to say no to it. Because it's about winning. About winning. Go back. Go back, my people. Go back. Go back. Go back to Trump's rallies on the campaign trail. When he would stand there and say, you're going to win so much. You're going to be winning so much. You're going to be tired of winning. Why would he make a statement like that? Why would he make a statement like that? But more importantly, why would he get the response that he got when he said it? Because what the fuck I'm telling you is the truth. These people are obsessed with winning, so they don't give a fuck about the fucking government shutdown. They did. But, damn it, we're winning, because at least that black scrotum sack doesn't sit in that chair in the Oval Office anymore, so we're winning. Damn it, we only have one bag of ramen noodles for us and the 8 kids, honey. And we've been furloughed because the government shut down, but we're winning. Because at least there's not a nigger in that damn White House. We're winning, and he's going to kill Obamacare so that we don't have any insurance for us and the kids. Thank God. This is how they think. They're winning. So this will be a win. So I'm sure they had first class fucking tickets, flight tickets for Andrew's bitch ass and John Lewis. They stayed at the best hotel. I'm sure they were allowed to be up in the press box and all of it. Maeve gave him a coin, wrote him a check. Real hush-like, though, real hush-like. We need some nigger faces, damn it. Quick, get Big Boy. Get Travis Scott. Get somebody in here. Maybe we could dig up Kanye's mom or just have a picture of her someplace. Damn it, we need something. We can't allow these niggers to win. And if none of them had showed up, then every shot after some major play on the field would have been their cameras scanning the audience to try and zoom in on black people. Just like they would do at a Trump rally. Be one dumb-ass, coon-ass nigga there. And they zoom every camera in on them. So that one person makes it diverse. See, Trump's not a racist. There's one black person there. And even Trump. See my African-American friend over there? My African-American, my African, like the one. Just the one. So if you live in Atlanta and you know where Gladys's fucking businesses are, or the bitch's house, you need to be stalking her bitch ass for a fucking interview to ask her, what the fuck, Gladys? What, bitch? We want answers. And we really don't want them. You understand? We just want to put her ass under the fire. We already know what we need to know. It's just that she's got to be held fucking accountable. And then we still don't have shit to do with her. But there they are, grinning. And the Bernice bitch, she's over here. You can't see her. I was trying to find a picture of all of them together. I couldn't get it. No kneeling. And we didn't write this. I always remind you. No kneeling during Super Bowl, whatever number that is, national anthem, but still plenty of talk. That's a slap in the face. That's calling you out even. Because they know all black folks do is sit around and fucking talk and protest and march and chant. You see what I'm saying? Instead of put it all on the line, including your whole fucking life. And say nothing matters but victory to us. And we're willing to bleed and die for it. Then and only then are you dangerous. What is playing? Look. And I thought I actually had the article. Somewhere I do. Yeah. I'll read you a little bit of this that I screen captured this from. And by the way, these two Sambos, clown circus bucks, and Bernice were there for the wait for it, everybody. Wait for it and sit down so you don't faint when I say this. I'll give you a second to sit down. Go ahead and sit down, take your seat. Okay, everybody seated? They were there for the coin toss, everybody. That's the noble act that they were there to do. You see? It's kind of like bring your dog out. He's going to jump through this ring of fire for us. Ooh, look, Stinker did it. Ooh, he did the trick. These are supposed to be men of the highest eminence, which they are not. But they are alleged to be among some of the men of the highest eminence in the African community. Your brother did the right thing by standing with the murdered. Has given $150 million of his own money. And you show your arthritis-ridden asses up for a fucking coin toss? I can't breathe. A coin toss, everybody. A coin toss. A coin toss. A goddamn coin toss. Now, let me read this. Dr. Bernice A. King, fuck her. The youngest child of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Christian fake sellout ass, and Coretta Scott King was brought out to midfield for the coin toss. The coin toss. Listen, this nation of white savages is the only entity on earth, I've said many times, that has ever used the nuclear bomb. Everybody. No one else has used it. No one. Every week you're hearing about somebody's bad and somebody's bad and somebody's bad and somebody's bad and this is a dictator and this is a and they don't care about women and they're doing this and the third. But your bitch ass has used the fucking nuclear fucking bomb, bitch. The most destructive weapon known to humankind. Twice. Twice. You think any of the Japanese people would have showed up to salute a flag that had the fucking a picture of destroyed Hiroshima and to celebrate it and to do a coin toss for it and to sing a song for it? Huh? No. But you got to be willing to die when it comes to communicating the message to others that you don't get to step on my dignity or my history. Because then we're not talking about disagreement. We're talking about death or life. The most disrespected people ever in the history of civilization. A coin toss? Every running back, black running back, if they even had a fucking spine and a mind, should have ran out there and just charged their bitch asses with all their fucking force. That's what they're deserving of, and worse. A fucking coin toss. But she was brought out. She was joined by two other sellout ass motherfuckers. But the language is, she was joined by two other titanic civil rights leaders. This is the language, everybody. This is from the New York Times. She was joined by, what was the language? Where is it? She was joined by two other titanic civil rights leaders. Nah. You don't get the title without the work. I always tell you, everybody. They're both standing out there feeling like they're these civil rights greats. And no, you're the biggest fucking sellout, greasy asshole, fucked up the fucking shoot ass motherfuckers ever seen. Because a Titanic of civil rights would have come to this stadium on their own and snatched Gladys's bitch ass the fuck up out of there, and them fucking little Chloe bitches, and they would have been fucking threatening the whole fucking black contingency of both goddamn teams. That would have been a civil rights Titanic. And they would have been on every station saying, how dare, and this is not what we marched and fought for and died for. How dare they get on that field and play it? I'm outraged and I can't. But there they are grinning for a fucking coin toss. Don't give me Titanic civil rights leader. Ambassador Andrew Young and Representative John Fake-Ass Lewis. Before the game began, the NFL also played a video in the stadium that included images of Dr. King. You see? It should have never been allowed. Think of the and because it's in Atlanta, well, we have to pay tribute to Dr. King. No fuck, because if you were gonna pay tribute to Dr. fucking King, that means you wouldn't even had the fucking game, and if you did, you wouldn't dare invited anybody black to that bitch, and maybe you would even postponed it to another city. Take the shit to Iowa or someplace. You see the forked tongue of this devil, disrespecting you at the highest level, while at the very same moment acting as if he's respecting and paying homage and respect to your fucking culture and your history and shit. It's a magic act, everybody, because you're dealing with the king of sorcerers, the devil himself. Played a video in the stadium that included images of Dr. King and other civil rights leaders. Interspersed with images of NFL players doing charity work, which means a couple of niggas handing out a goddamn t-shirt or some bullshit to white kids. I'm so over this shit, I can't even breathe. Do you understand me? Like, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. On television, CBS ran a public service announcement that showed Commissioner Roger Goodell, or whoever, and other league executives touring the Ebenezer Baptist Church, because that's where spineless Christians are fucking made, and other landmarks associated with Martin Luther King. Touring they shit while telling them, you niggers better not get out there and kneel. You better not take a knee. You better stand for our white supremacist ass fucking flag. And not give a damn about the dead bodies of your own that lay in cold graves because our white fucking asses murdered them in cold blood. Go and tour the Ebenezer Church. For the many Super Bowl viewers who do not closely follow the league, and perhaps many who do, such imagery probably came across as proper and right for a game played in Atlanta, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement. Well, that would only been the ignorant, because of what I've already said to you. Move the shit to Iowa, bitch. And definitely you're not touring any Dr. King, anything, and don't show any images of him, and you don't need to do anything. Yet it underscored something else. A league still struggling with race. They're not struggling with race. We don't use those flotational words I told you guys. Those levitational, flotational, hovering words. It's struggling. The league is struggling with race. They're just struggling. Quick, where's my punch? I'm struggling. I'm just struggling. All the struggle of it all. That's a struggle. The league still struggles with race. I'm going to need some ice. They're struggling. They're doing all the struggling. Quick, somebody fan me the struggle that they're going through with race. They're just going through a struggle with race, and I can't even, just reading about it, I'm worn out and can't go on, and give me a fucking break. Because white people don't struggle with race. You understand? They cause it so that you can continue to struggle. There's no struggle. The league still struggles with race and seeking a balance between fans and players. Fuck that. Who find no reason to talk about it, and those who find it front and center in a simmering controversy over a player who has not played a down since the 2016 season. Just a second. Think about the hypocrisy of just that paragraph, everybody. But they had no problem playing Dr. King, because like I say, they want your civil rights, and they want you to feel like you've overcome and you've achieved. So they're happy to play those images, and no white person should ever be heard, seen, or allowed to quote fucking Dr. King. You understand? Because the only thing they like about him or anybody else, even fucking these two bitches on your fucking screen, is anybody that says, no, don't go and slaughter Massa as you should be. Don't do that. Let's all get along. Turn the other cheek. Two wrongs don't make a right. Any other vomit you want to come up with that puts me on fucking IV drip. But Malcolm, well, he's controversial. He's radical. He's militant. Dangerous. Subversive. Anybody's telling you to do the shit you should be fucking doing, this devil has a fucking problem with. Big surprise. So, and they said, and other civil rights leader. I didn't see a fucking frame of this bullshit, but I promise you on everything that I own on this earth, there was not a single picture of Malcolm X shown. Not a single picture of the Black Panther was shown. I'm sure of it. Not a single picture of any of the move. Not a single picture of Mumia Abu-Jamal. Not a single picture of the Deacons for Defense. Anybody that has said, do the shit that is natural to you and strike on this fucking devil, you will not see them. I'm finding John Lewis's fucking number to his office this week, and I'm calling the bitch. I don't give a fuck if I don't get him. Whoever the fuck I get, I'm cussing the fuck out. The presence of the civil rights leaders did not seem to win over supporters of the player, Colin Kaepernick, the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback who in 2016 began taking a knee during the national anthem to protest racism and police brutality. No, police murder, bitch. They should said who began taking a knee to protest the savage, cold-blooded murder of African people by white-ass fucking police. That's what it should say. Because anybody reading it will go, well, shit, as I'm reading this, I should take a knee. If that's what happened. But listen to the language, everybody. Who hasn't played since 2016 began taking a knee during the national anthem and to protest racism and police brutality against people of color. No, and we're over that people of color bullshit. Because the only fucking people with color are the ones suffering in this bitch, and that's African people. I don't need to hear no more fucking Latinos talk about their people of color. Of color. The fuck does that mean? Again, it's those levitational, flotational, levitating words and shit. You have to call a thing, everybody. You have to speak in clear, solid language of what expresses what the shit is. Akulu howlin sadida, says Allah. Say what is. Even before the game, many resolved not to watch, including the film director Ava DuVernay, who accused the NFL of racist treatment of Colin Kaepernick. And you see, again, wording, everybody. They write this. So again, I would tell you, have an editor, a publisher, and a writer. So they say, even before the game, many resolved not to watch, including film director Ava DuVernay, who accused the NFL of racist treatment. But what it should say, who pointed out the NFL's racism, you see? So they leave you with like, well, if she's just making that charge, that doesn't make it true. Because a white devil can be standing next to a fucking burning cross with the fucking Klansman outfit on and say, I'm not racist. Because you're dealing with the incarnate of the devil. The devil is not underground with a red tail and horns, everybody. It's these people right here on earth that you see every goddamn day. No evil when you see it. Who accused the NFL of racist treatment of Colin Kaepernick and lamented and quote ongoing disregard for the health and well-being of players, end quote. And she tweeted, I will not be a spectator, viewer, or supporter of the Super Bowl bullshit today in protest of the NFL's racist treatment of Kaepernick and its ongoing disregard for the health and well-being of all its players. To watch the game is to compromise my belief it's not worth it. Thank you, Ava. Appreciate you. Maybe you could give Gladys a call and tell her bitch ass that. And the presence of the civil... Let's see. It goes on. It says, and the presence of the civil rights leaders was met with confusion and in some cases derision by those who feel Kaepernick has been blackballed. No, because he has been blackballed. Who feel? No, he's actually out there playing. You just feel like he's been blackballed. He's been in every game since 2016. I don't know why you didn't see him out there. You just feel like he's been blackballed. Think about this paragraph. And the presence of the civil rights leaders was met with confusion and in some cases derision by those who feel Kaepernick has been blackballed. Cat Calvin says, why are Barney King, John Lewis, and Andrew Young standing on this field giving the NFL cover? Wrote the voting rights advocate. That's Cat Calvin. Yet the overture spoke to an effort by the NFL to thread the needle between appeasing conservative fans, that just means appeasing fucking white ass people. Don't tiptoe around these people. Don't try and be nice. Don't try and appease their ass. You understand? Because they've caused and are causing all the shit that's on the earth. And these are the people you're going to tiptoe around. You're never going to get to fucking peace and justice. You got to be willing to throw a fucking burning grenade in the face of fucking what is not right. You don't do a fucking ballet dance around it. Damn it. You don't do a fucking grand jeté around it. Do you understand? Oh my god, how much more of this? Because I can't read the rest of this. I don't know if I can do it, everybody. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do this. I'm just going to start scanning it and just pick parts that I think I need to share with you because I'm too worked up over this. You know, because it's for me, it's a simple equation. Like, I'm the type of person who it kills me when I can't do something for another brother or sister because I'm limited physically or financially or, you know, geographically, or there's some barrier in the way. That something stops me from carrying out my will, my intent, my desire. That's one thing. But the most disgusting trash on the earth amongst us are those of you who, when it don't even cost you shit, won't do what's right. Gladys could have stayed her bitch ass at home. It wouldn't have cost her a fucking thing. These two yahoos and Bernice bitch could have stayed their bitch ass at home when it cost them shit. That's the most disgusting trash maggots amongst our people. Is those of you who, when it don't even cost you shit, won't do the right thing. You're the worst. And I pray for your destruction right along with this devils. Your total annihilation. I feel like I have to read this even though I don't want to. Because it's right in what we were just... there were military flyovers and giant flags and shout-outs to war veterans and addressing the question and criticism it has received over racial issues. It has undertaken a public relations move to line up African American figures, sellout punk bitches, who either have objected to Kaepernick's form of protest or are willing to look past it. Think about that. Their message, after all, has long been about bridge building and healing. Nah, it's been about bend your ass over for massa. You understand? You don't build a bridge with somebody that's a fucking devil, who can't be trusted at all. A serpent, a demon. You don't build bridges. You cross that bitch and you burn it behind you. Oh my God, I can't. I can't. Who's saying this? Quote, my mission is justice for all, Miss King wrote. She'd sit her bitch ass down and die someplace. On Twitter after the bitch ass coin toss. Humanity is turning the tide, and our efforts must include bridge builders, strategic negotiators, and ambassadors. Go climb in the fucking coffin with your fucking father, or wherever the fuck Dr. King was to you. Because when it comes time to bury you, we'll be somewhere doing a coin toss. We just won't have time. That's clearly more important, as we see here. That's clearly the most important thing, is that coin toss. In the end, Gladys's fake ass, who had taken aim at Kaepernick for kneeling during the song, sung the national anthem. Just a second. So, this tells you how fake black ass people are, dude. This brother can't kneel for a fucking game, but our people marched over the Edmund Pettus Bridge and kneeled in front of this devil and allowed themselves to be attacked with hoses and dogs and shot and sticks and everything else. Kneeled on Bloody Sunday. Kneeled on Bloody Sunday. And that is seen as heroic. A whole fucking movie was made called Selma. One dude fucking kneels. I hope the fucking fleas of 1,000 camels infest her fucking armpits. I hope the bitch has a stroke tonight. I can't read any more of this, y'all. I can't, because y'all know this is the shit that goes right to my core of the breath of life for me, is unfairness and injustice and fucking racism and white fucking people. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. There's not much more of this, and it's written by a devil. I have to fucking read it. Damn it! Where am I? No players kneeled the moment far less weighted than it had been in the past. It's only weighted because white people made it that way. They could have just been like, that dude's kneeling and that's why he's kneeling, and back to you, Bob. You see? They're why he has to kneel even to begin with. They're the ones murdering. They're the ones why he has to fucking kneel. They're the ones who created all the fucking controversy after the fact. It's all them. All of it is them. Every bit of it is them. Wow. And I didn't even know that she had taken aim at Kaepernick. You feel me? But if I was calling Kaepernick, I would have been waiting at that bitch's car when she came out that stadium. Bitch gotta go home at some point. Bitch, you gotta go home. But you gotta go home though. Even if he just stood in the distance with that big ass afro so she could see him. Just to see how the bitch would feel. She's all on top of the world. She just fucking sold out to Massa and sang the fucking national anthem. Fuck Gladys. As she sang the bullshit ass anthem, the Air Force Thunderbirds flew over the Mercedes-Benz Stadium where the retractable roof was open for the occasion. During a timeout in the third quarter, military veterans who won the Medal of Honor were shown on the stadium's scoreboard. So we can bring in the military bullshit, which is not part of a game, because remember, white people say, we're just here for sports, just want to play the game. Then why are you letting in this military bullshit? Oh, because it doesn't call you to account. You see? Like I say, they could have had fucking transgender dancers in the fucking end zone, and that would have been celebrated. But no injustice against African people can ever be acknowledged. It's not allowed. They were during timeout in third quarter. The military veterans who won were shown on scoreboard and given a stadium ovation and shit. We have died and fought every fucking aggression they've ever done in this bitch, because they've never fought a war. Let us be clear. There's never been such thing as war, everybody. There's never been a war. Only thing you have in history is white people attacking and aggressing on other people. That's all you have. No such thing as war. Um, Still, the anthem issue promises to take another visit in the off season. In the coming months, Colin Kaepernick's grievance accusing the league of colluding to keep him off a team will be ruled on by an arbitrator hearing the case. Win or lose, the league could find itself on the defensive among fans it has been courting with its civil rights overtures. I told you guys, this is the part that pissed me off. Like, we're playing footsies. I don't play footsies with nobody. When I'm over your ass, I'm done. You never existed, and I forgot your whole name. I don't care how many years I knew you. I'm done. Because you teach people how to treat you by what you allow. There's no discussion to be had here. 76% of the fucking NFL, or 80%, or whatever the fuck it is, of the NFL and the NBA are African men. Walk the fuck out. End of argument. End of argument. But you think you need massa. There's no better way of shutting down your enemy than claiming the leverage that they thought they had. You're married. You're cheating on your woman. She ain't gonna never leave me. She ain't got no place to go. Her family's all dead, and she don't got no money. And this, all of a sudden, you get home one day and the bitch is gone. Gone. And left you a note that said, "Fuck you." Just snatched your leverage because you were so sure she didn't have another option, and she wouldn't take that option. The same white devils that run the NFL are the same white motherfuckers sitting in the stands cheering it on, are the same white motherfuckers sitting at home with their big screens watching the bitch on TV. There's no difference. No difference. If you get these brothers to finally grow a sack and walk the fuck out. Teachers do it. Union people strike. And that's usually over some salary shit. Here we're talking about life and death. And these niggas can't muster up the fucking sweat to just walk the fuck out. You will leave every white person in this bitch with their mouth on the ground. Because that's checkmate. No more competition. That's checkmate. You gotta view that orange tulip ass Trump bitch. Because I say we accept truth wherever it comes from, everybody. Even his fake bitch racist ass. And you remember he said, I just think the fans in the stadium should just walk out. I'm saying they should have had me up to the White House that night for tea. I would have said, you know what, you're so right, Trump. I still agree with you on this issue. We are joined at the hip on this issue, and we definitely have bipartisanship on this, my friend. You're right. I'd like to help you campaign with that. How dare those niggers kneel? The people should be marching out of the stadium. You're right. Let's get with all the major cable providers and to have them send out flyers to their customers saying, don't even watch the game if these people are going to be kneeling and protesting their murder. How dare they? I'll help you out with that campaign. But while we're working on your campaign, I'll be over in the East Wing. And we will be putting together a campaign for our brothers to march the fuck out that stadium in just they draws. in every stadium across this bitch, whether it's junior high, high school, college, or goddammit the pros. Checkmate. Kaepernick and his parents. One thing the league seems to start to count. Look at this sentence. The one thing the league seems certain to count on is that not many players kneel at all these days. And then again, the white hypocrisy. This has been a season of get back to football. While we play all the military shit and stretch out fucking American flags that stretch from one state to the fucking next and do military flyovers and shit. Hey, we just want to get back to football. Nah. Because what you're saying to us, we stand with the people that murder your people in cold blood in the streets. We don't give a fuck about Eric Garner, that fat fuck. We don't give a damn about Mike Brown, that thug. To hell with Trayvon Martin. To hell, you see? That's what they're saying. And any African person born into this environment who does not speak their and understand their fucking language is a problem to themselves and the rest of us. Even though the game lacked the thrill, and I'm over it, who cares? I don't care, and I'm over it, and that's Kaepernick, and we're over it, and that's the end of the article. Okay, we're over it. But this was also an issue for me. Because it wasn't an issue for me. What do you mean by this, Jedi? Why are you telling us this? Well, I'm going to tell you. It is understood and accepted in the society that a man having his shirt off is not seen as sexual. It's not seen as unmodest. It's just not, you know. So this was really not an issue. But I'm joining those who are making it an issue because I know white people would do it if the tables were turned. If it had been a white bitch and not Janet Jackson who had Nipplegate, and then let's say, who do we have that's as hot as me with their shirt off? I don't think there's anybody. Hold on, my team is trying to tell me. There's nobody hotter than me? Hold on, you guys. My team is talking to me. There's nobody hotter. I know, of course, there's nobody hotter than me. There's got to be somebody we can use. Who can we use? Who can we use? Okay. Who else can we use? All right. There's nobody. Damn it. They're telling me there's nobody except me. Damn it. All right. Fine. If I was up there with my shirt off, there I will throw myself as the martyr on the fire. Damn, can't I think of anybody? Is there any brother whose body I admire? I literally can't think of anybody. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm really trying to think. Is there any brother, like, just who, Jedi? I don't know, y'all. Just insert, especially for the women, just insert whoever you know is hot. Or for any of my brothers, anybody you know that serves us, that's got the chest and the arms and represents us well. Okay, Tyson Beckford, I'm being told in my ear, I'm being told. So let's say some white bitch had Nipplegate, and it wasn't Janet. And then Tyson Beckford was performing the following year with his shirt off. Because I don't care how many tattoos and baby oil this dude is going to put on. No white man is physically provocative with their shirt off as a black man. Prove that statement, Jedi. You have a billion-dollar industry known as bodybuilding. $100 billion industry. And it is policy that the white bodybuilders they go into this thing and they spray their body. They spray their body so they can be as dark as the brothers. God already sprayed me. You see what I'm saying? And this is an industry where they're going on stage to be judged on the look of their body. No white man can stand next to a black man and ever win unless he sprays his body. To me, that's the same as, when they have, somebody, Usain Bolt or, Carl Lewis, somebody, or Marianne, the sister, when they test you after athletics to see if you enhanced in some kind of way. To me, that's enhancing, because if the tables were turned and we were lightening our bodies to look like them, if that was the standard, which is so not, because a brother take his shirt off and a white man take his shirt off, I don't care if they get the exact same physique, that brother looks way better than that white man, and their own industry proves my statement. Their own industry, because we didn't create the shit and we're not running it. Again, stop the video when I lie. Stop the video when I pull something out of my ass. Stop the video when I just make shit up. I don't need to. I always tell you, the truth stands on its own, everybody. I'm on earth to proclaim it, live it, give it, be it, speak it, tell it. So, it would have been a scandal. It's not a scandal because this is a male. My wife is not a white man. She's a beautiful African woman. You understand? So you can't really compare the two. And this is a non-issue for me. But like I say, I'm going to be petty and act as though I'm outraged that he would get up there with his shirt off. How dare! I've never been more outraged than I am about this, about anything on planet Earth since I came to Earth. Because that's how they would be. Adam Levine exposes his nipples during the Super Bowl halftime show, so let's talk about Janet Jackson. I'm so over it. I think I queued that one up. We're going to just see what that one's saying, and we're over any more articles because I'm too worked up, everybody. I'm too worked up because in my life, I've always settled anything that was unfair or unjust. I settle shit. Do you understand? I've always done that in my personal life. I've always done that. That's why I have no issues. But this is bigger than one person. You understand? Because you're looking for your people to stand up and say, we need to neutralize this fucking threat at every level. Everywhere that it shows itself. And you just don't have the support. Adam Levine exposes his nipples. Okay, fine, and I'm over it. And it's been 15 years, and we're still debating nipples at the Super Bowl halftime show. And again, I would say again, for me, the thing that made that the most egregious, everybody, people did, which I can't imagine somebody on earth who doesn't know who my wife Janet Jackson is, but just in case for that one lonely bitch that didn't know her, everybody knows the character of their family, not just Janet. You want to tell me Courtney Love had a wardrobe malfunction? I said, no, the bitch planned it. You want to tell me Madonna had a wardrobe malfunction? I said, the bitch planned it. See what I'm saying? You want to tell me Demi Lovato had a fucking wardrobe malfunction? I said, the bitch planned it. You tell me Celine Dion had a wardrobe malfunction, and I feel devastated for Celine. You tell me Janet Jackson had a wardrobe malfunction, and I held her for 3 days. She cried in my arms. It was a very tough time for Janet and I. It almost ruined our relationship. We almost didn't get through that. Almost didn't get through it. But they knew the intention, so that's what made this specious. That's what made it specious, because it wasn't moral, because you're not dealing with a moral entity. The devil can't be moral, everybody. Just like they also can't be holy and religious and spiritual and shit. You see? You can't. You can't. So that's what made it specious for me. And why they went specious over it is not because they thought Janet had done anything wrong on purpose, because they knew she hadn't. It was the fact that for half of a millisecond of a half of a millisecond, there was a black titty that went across the earth, and we can't allow that. This is my wife. I'm not even a sports fan. Y'all know this. I was sitting right there watching it when she performed and didn't see this. I didn't know it was a scandal until the next day. And I'm like, I was watching it. This didn't happen. I was watching. So it was just to begin the destruction of her, because they had already been working on Michael. They were the two biggest names on the planet Earth. We can't have that's why they would hate Venus alone. They would hate Serena alone. But y'all are sisters and y'all kicking our white ass. We definitely don't like that either. Michael's the most famous human being on the planet Earth. Damn it, and we don't have any equal to that. Damn it, here comes his sister. Quick, god damn it, take down both of them. Urgh. That's what it was about. And they saw this as a moment. They saw this as a moment. They saw this as a moment. And I think proving my entire point on that would be, had it been Celine Dion who had a wardrobe malfunction, or I really can't think of anybody more wholesome than Celine Dion. Who else is innocent besides my wife? I don't need nobody else, goddammit. You know, because, well, one could make the argument that Celine is more wholesome than Janet, in as far as, you know, Celine is what she does, and Janet, you know, when you do rope burn in just a bra, yeah, okay, fine, we gotta, but I'm just saying, you understand my point. Had this happened to a Celine Dion, they would have been, oh, it's such a sad thing that happened to Celine, and we just feel so bad that this happened to her, and, you know, many hearts are pouring out for Celine all over the world over this, because she just, but you see, it would have been, and they would have had any leverage to attack her, because the whole world would have come at them like, how dare you say Celine would have did this shit on purpose? How dare you? So Janet was deserving of that same thing. But Janet's got two things going against her that Celine don't have going against her. A, Janet got a black titty. Secondly, her brother is the most famous human being that ever has been known to mankind. That's a statement of truth. That's a statement of truth. Michael Jackson is the most famous person ever known to humankind. Period. Nobody else that's ever come to Earth can make the claim. Nobody. Nobody. Not even prophets from God, sadly. Sadly. So they saw this, as I say, as a moment. As a moment to begin to try to tear Janet's scaffolding down. You know, just on that alone, nobody black should have ever shown up at the fucking Super Bowl. You know. And then I don't really think that was really even the Super Bowl. I think when it all panned out, I think that ended up being the FCC. But we still going to throw the Super Bowl into it because they are a multi-billion-dollar fucking thing, and they could have said to the FCC, "Shut up and sit down." You know, we are the ones who wanted her who asked her to come in and do this. This was not in the rehearsal, and we have enough confidence. Most importantly, we have enough confidence in the character of this woman that we can't allow you to even besmirch her name in a way that was even give a scintilla of suggestion that she would have done something like this on purpose, and how dare you. That would have been righteousness. That's what it would have sounded like. That's what it would have sounded like. You see. Maroon 5 headlined Sunday's performance, arguably pop culture's biggest stage, with artists from Travis Scott and Big Boy, and the band's lead singer Adam Levine took, with assists from Travis Scott and Big Boy, okay. And the band's leader Adam Levine took the moment as an opportunity to go half naked, and bare his chest to the world. You know, it's almost like they're doing a double fuck on you with this, everybody, because this is not an issue. This is a man and a woman. Men walk around all the time with their shirt off. Everybody knows that. Women cannot walk around without a bra on or something that covers their breasts. They want to highlight that a white man's chest was out, so that you can think that's sexy, and it will never be. Who do I hate? I hate everybody, goddammit. Soulja Boy. Any of these little fucking skinny rappers, and they try and make up for their masculinity and the lack of any fucking body by just putting a bunch of tattoos on, and that's supposed to make you hot, and I can't. Well, even they fake bitch ass is better looking than this bullshit that this Adam Levine person. You see? So this is like, let's act like there's an issue that there's not, so that we can have you focus on something that we're not going to tell you we're having you focus on. You see? That's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. Do you want me to believe nobody's ever taken their shirt off at the Super Bowl? No man has ever taken his shirt off at a Super Bowl? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Would it say decide to take an opportunity to go half naked and bare the chest to the world? You know who else had an exposed nipple during a Super Bowl halftime show? Janet Jackson. The panel or the parallel and why it was apparently okay for one performer but not another did not go unnoticed on social media. And then Aisha Tyler tweeted, "Why is it okay to see Adam Levine's boobs and not Janet Jackson's? Asking for a friend." Aisha Tyler. I'm not going to read all these damn tweets. Let's see somebody I know. God damn it. Anyways, the bottom line is, it's not an issue. You know, but like I say, I want to be petty and act like it's an issue. On Sunday, Big Boy performed "The Way You Move," while wearing a very heavy fur coat, because that's all the fuck he did. If he's not in a fur coat, I won't recognize him. Like, that's how I knew um, Outcast. If Andre, I know him, I see him, because he just, all the bullshit that he does, his hair, the clothes he wore, you go, that's that dude from Outcast. But Big Boy, if you don't got on that big ass fucking fur coat, dude, I won't recognize you. You're not. I can't let you in the club. I can't. We can't let you in. Um, while wearing a big ass heavy fur coat, it says, "May we add?" Maroon 5 went into the next song, and Levine ripped off his jacket, the universal sign for, "Oh, I'm about to get serious in here." Then they went into moves like Jagger. Levine stripped off his tank top. Uh, Time to the lyrics. You wanted control, so we waited. I put up a show, now we're naked. The shimmied around with abandon. I'm over it. This fake ass imposter Jew's approach was much more overt than what took place in 2004 when Justin Timberlake ripped off Janet Jackson's breastplate during their performance, leaving her nipple exposed on TV for less than a full second. I'm glad they said that. The incident attracted a $550,000 fine from the fucking FCC, which was eventually thrown out on appeal, which they never told us that shit. That it was thrown out. Introduced wardrobe quote wardrobe, that word, into our lexicon. Helped inspire the creation of YouTube and became a flashpoint in the debate over regulating indecency. You see what I'm saying? Both singers apologized immediately after and said the brief nudity was not. And you can't make a. What's he fucking apologizing for? I can't, dude. I'm not reading shit else of this either. I'm over it. I'm too pissed off. I'm ready to kill everybody on the fucking planet. I'm over it. I can't. I can't. I'm not going to get to the other stuff now. You know. And there wasn't a lot anyways. You know. Um, I was going to bring the Virginia governor bullshit. I wasn't really bringing that. I was just citing it anyways to say that while while this shit is still going on right now in 2019, Gladys is out there fucking singing this national anthem and talking about she's doing it because she loves her country and all the bullshit. You know, listen, this was once again a circus act and an embarrassment. You know, deliberately orchestrated by white people. Because we don't own the fucking Super Bowl last time I checked. And we don't own the fucking media. So any of this shit is on them. But it's for all the reasons that I said, though. They weren't going to stop until they had some black faces. Weren't going to stop. You know? But again, it always goes back to the pathology for me. I always say everything has a point of origin. A point of origin. So Gladys doesn't just appear in a puff of smoke on the fucking field singing national anthem. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. You gotta go back to 1821 when they give you that Christian vomit, which has seduced the very soul out of you. Left you exactly not a spiritual being at all. Christian people are not spiritual. I'm so sorry for the news flash. Because there's no spirituality related to that vomit. They suck that out of you. You see? told you it's proper to love your enemy instead of kill your fucking enemy off, or at the very least don't have shit to do with their ass. So you now give birth to your boys and you allow them to be scouted. Well, that's hunted and poached in my book, because it's just modern day slavery. You allow them to be scouted and discovered now, and then drafted. And you sit around taking bets on who's gonna get the first draft pick, and you know, we're back on the fucking auction blocks again. Instead of saying, we live amongst savages, the enemy of humanity, who once had your people on physically on auction blocks, and to this day still only want you around for your culture, your flavor, and your talent, and your athletic ability. You will not be an athlete in this bitch. Care how much coin you can make. You understand? That you won't be doing. Let's stop allowing them to even, because so if we can't get these dumbass niggas that's in these damn leagues and shit now to walk the fuck off the field and end their career and be over it and shut down all fucking sports in this bitch, they can start over with white players. Let's see how that works out for them. Let's see how that works out. You see? And we don't care how it works out, because we just don't care. And if you want to play football that bad, then you will take your bitch ass to another country and you will start a league there. Made up only of Africans, obviously. You see? But wherever there's a coin, the white man's going to come sniffing. There's no major African from the continent. There's no major African football team from the continent. So they're not scouting. You understand? But if brothers from here went to Africa and said, we're bringing a sport here for y'all, here they white ass gonna come sniffing. Because they're not shit without us. And we need to understand that and start exercising that. Not just as leverage, but as a way of, excuse me, of just segregating ourselves from their bitch ass. You understand? But my overall point is, if there was no black people to play that fucking game, then Gladys wouldn't have any reason to be showing up. You understand? She wouldn't have any reason to be showing up. Because Colin Kaepernick never would have kneeled. He would have had, he at least not there. You understand? He wouldn't have had to kneel, because if we're running our own shit, we would start our games with, ain't this some bullshit what they doing to us? That's what would be announced in the stadium, not fucking flyovers and Black Hawk helicopters and shit and troops and military and all that vomit. You'd be like, we playing this game in the spirit of those that they're killing us, who they're killing out there, etc., etc. It would just be a whole different world, everybody. A whole different world. A whole different world. But we as African people need to stop buying into this bullshit that they are selling, that they want unity and diversity and all that shit. They don't want that. They need, what they desperately need is for you to keep singing that song and believe that that's what their true intention is. You understand? It's like the wolf coming in sheep's clothing. Doesn't want you to see past his disguise, because then the whole ruse is over. Damn it. Damn it. They found me out. Urgh. And it's over. It's over. It begins with us. We know what has happened already. We know. And we're in a better position now to know even more of what has gone on. You see? It's going to take my people, first of all, coming up out of them fucking Christian churches and being over that. Because see, once what they understand, absolutely understood even back then, is we were a people drawn close to the one who created us. So we weren't in fear of their ass, and we would slit their throat in the middle of the night like fucking Nat Turner's Revolt and all of it. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of slave revolts that you're never going to know about, because they want you to think we laid down and took this shit. So when they parade John Lewis, bitch ass, and Andrew Young and Bernice King and all them out there on the field, and you see Travis Scott and Gladys and Chloe and the bullshit, then that sends a signal to our kids. It's that same Christian bullshit, that it's okay to go and then be friends with the ones that you've been fighting with. No! That's the signal you send. And you're just making a class of punk-ass people. You see? Which we were not. That's why I always say, the Christian is the worst amongst us. You are, damn it. I said it. Because whether you know it or not, you are the reason why this shit has been perpetrated against us. Because those who were not so profoundly indoctrinated still had the heart of the lion. You understand? Even when Dr. King appeared on the fucking earth with all the love and forgiveness bullshit, which was Christian vomit, you had the deacons for defense that said, fuck all that peace, fuck that. No. How are we going to tell our kids to go sit in lunch counter and let them just spit on you and hit you and beat you and call you everything, and you just sit there? And we're going to love them into fucking you. That works if you're dealing with something civil, everybody. You don't do that with wild savages. You don't do that. You don't. We've seen even, well, I'll just use the two lion dudes that used to, I guess they had a Vegas show or something. They have the white tigers. Eventually the fucking tigers turned on their ass, because that's still a wild animal. You've lulled yourself into believing that you've trained this lion and they're just fine now. And then all of a sudden you're dead because the fucking, did he die? I think he died. Because he had let himself slip and forget. He's still dealing with a wild animal. We're still dealing with the same savages we encountered in 1819, if you want to believe that's the date. Or 1619. Nothing has changed. They want you to believe in a puff of smoke that these are different people now. No. But guess what? You're not a different people either. You still the same motherfuckers that came over here on them goddamn ships. That's still you. A African child born in a month from now is still that child that was on the damn slave ship in 1619. You see? They're the only people that come up with this puff of smoke like, oh, it's different now. It's different. Nah. A zebra has always been a zebra. I don't care when the last time you saw one. When you see it, you go, oh, it's a zebra. You want to go, well, they're not zebras now no more. They used to be zebras, but that was before. That's not a zebra now. It's something else. It's not, no. You're the only one they trying to use this trickery on, and they're the only bitches trying to use the trickery. You don't ever forget. You understand? You don't. And even if they hadn't kept the shit going, we still would be saying, don't ever forget. Because that's what the fake-ass imposter Jews do. Never supposed to forget the Holocaust, so it'll never happen again. So any scouts coming around to fucking high school, yeah, we'd like to scout your child. No, because you still the slave motherfuckers that brought us over to this bitch. We can't allow that to happen again. Hmm? You think one of these fake me out imposter Jews would allow some German who was in the fucking Hitler's army or some bullshit to stand in front of them and be friends with them, and they're just bestest buddies now, and they're dating each other's children, and they're shacked up, and they're in every commercial together, and you know, fuck all that. They don't want any more to do with that shit. But we have been put into such a state of psychosis that after the lion has fucking ate our leg off, we're gonna go right back in the fucking cage with the bitch. And love him. And be in every fucking commercial and TV and movie and everything with him. And holding hands and all, fuck all of that. They know they've never stepped off their game since whenever the fuck they encountered us. They're trying to make you think time has changed and that they somehow are different. They're not. And ain't shit changed. Not a damn. Not a damn. I'm not gonna get to the Cory Booker thing. That was just like a piece. I probably will still do a piece on him because he fucking gets on my nerves with all his positivity. He's exactly what we don't need. All this, we're more like them, we are different. Fuck that. That's the words like that come out of the mouth of the enemy of our people. Everybody, that's not the statement of an African person. We're more like them, we are different. Fuck that. No, you understand? And we know this to be true, everything that I'm saying, because as I tell you, I follow the news and politics and the goings on the continent of Africa just like as if I already fucking lived there already. And our people are saying the same shit about their ass and how they have to deal with their ass there. No matter where they are, there is a problem with us. So at some point you have to accept that they are the problem. And we need to just be the fuck over them. If we can't get these niggas out of the NBA and out of the NFL, fine. Then let's not put another generation in there. Let's not do it. They don't got nobody else to scout from the black community. That's over. Those days are over. Just think what that would look like. When principle and what is right takes precedence over every fucking thing else in existence. Because had that NFL alone been made up of Muslim men, first of all, they never would have been a part of the bitch. That's first. That's first. But if they had, and Colin Kaepernick is kneeling, everybody would have been fucking kneeling. And the moment you had a problem with it, they all would have walked the fuck out that bitch. Because see, the black Christian fears massa. You don't have a heart that's been ripped out of you. You have no relationship to the divine. No concept of who he is. Because when you know that, then you go, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Huh, you ain't shit. You understand? You drop all fear. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. You drop it. That's why I can say so boldly, you don't know the divine. You don't know him. You don't. Because there's certain markers that are in place when certain knowledge is understood. You see? A person who's walking back and forth to school every day in raggedy tennis shoes and all the whole thing, their head down and in the rain and the snow and the ice. Then they find out, wait a minute, that ain't even your family. You was abducted when you were like 2. That's your family over there in that other subdivision, and they have Bentleys and shit. Suddenly, that person is not fucking walking down the street in tattered clothes and run-down tennis shoes. You understand? Oh, that's my real family. I'm trying to tell you, this bullshit is not yours. Once you understand who the divine is, everything about you changes. Everything. How many times have I said, I gotta say this again. I gotta say it. How many times have I said to you, bring me a black Christian on this platform who speaks the way I do and bring them before me? I've been saying that since 2014. And it still ain't happened. Because as I always go on to say, after I say that, I also always say, because they don't fucking exist. And then I've also gone on and proven my point further by always telling you, go and look at all the people that have ever sold us out. Go and look at any present day person that's a problem to our culture. Anybody in any sector. You name them, you show them, past, present, or now, and future, and I'll show you a black Christian. They won't have names like my birth name. And they definitely aren't going to be Muslim. You understand? Because once you understand who your true maker is, then you're more interested in knowing what he has really said to you. And you're not going to find it in that fake ass Bible. Not going to find it. Because if you were, it wouldn't be so readily available. And they definitely wouldn't be giving out non-profit status to fucking black preachers. That would be out. One hand washes the other one. One objective serves the next. You see? Fill them boys up with that bullshit. And they will be the ones that we'll be looking at scouting when we go around to their high schools and colleges. They will come play for us in the NBA because their heart is and the soul is already out of them. But they encounter a young Jedi who happens to be talented and tall and strong. And he's not looking at them and like, ooh, that's Massa come to scout me. He knows that that personality who has the heart of God still in him is going to be saying, you're the fucking enemy of my people and you need to back the fuck up. Not interested in anything you're peddling. Bye-bye. You, the Christian, have always given them an inroad. Always. Always. Last thing I'll say, and it ain't because I'm done, but just to bring it back around full circle. When this guy opened up his conversation with Gladys, one of the things he also said that I didn't mention was he said, you clap back at, some of your critics. You was clapping back, basically. And what that translates to my non-Christian heart, highly astute mind and senses. She fought her own people in the name of Massa. Massa asked me to come to the big house and do this. This for Massa. Don't laugh at that, because I'm not being funny. That's what my African ears hear. I always tell you, you got to listen down, everybody. You got to listen down. Listen low for those low tones. So you can adjust your tone and your pitch. And what that means is you can discern the shit that's really happening and act accordingly. And respond accordingly. This is an outrage. I wonder if the bitch, I said I was going to end there, but I think I'll end with this. I wonder if Gladys's bitch ass would still have been clapping back and marched into the stadium to sing that shit a few years ago when she knew shit was what it was. Huh? But see, she done got comfortable. You see? She thinks shit has changed. This is Bloody Sunday, everybody. Huh? Ain't shit changed. They will step over their dead mother's carcass to get you to play their fucking Super Bowl game. You see? And I'm sure they had some little fucking flamer there when Gladys was received at the executive office, some bullshit. We showed up to say, Gladys, you're such a legend, and we just love you so much. You're such a legend, and we just nah. It's one thing when you got her album someplace or some bullshit. You see? But the moment they're having access and they like, no, then we have to be over you. We just can't. We so sorry. We just can't. But you see, these folks was doing the same thing that Colin Kaepernick did. And as you can see, this devil is having the same fucking reaction. That's what they wish they could do when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. That's what Trump meant when he said they're sons of bitches and everybody should walk out of the stadium. Because he's mad that well, I don't know if they couldn't do that shit no more, because niggas ain't nothing but punk bitches. Because if you was going to do anything back, you would do shit in Ferguson, and I didn't see it go down. So I have questions. I have reason to doubt the response. You understand? But I'm clear about theirs. You see? This was, and mind you, our people were kneeling when Dr. King, when they marched over that fucking Edmund Pettus Bridge. They were kneeling. You see? And they had been kneeling at different points all along the fucking route for prayer. But this don't mean nothing to these people. I don't give a damn if they don't like it. It's the fucking truth. But what you also need to know, and I swear this is the last thing I'm going to try to say. Because like I say, I'm not done. You go and you watch. Like even especially like from South Africa. Watch any debates on race. I just watched one recently yet again. One white dude sitting up there saying all the shit that we hear from any of these motherfuckers we've ever heard. I don't care how old you are in this bitch, what state you live in, I don't care what school you went to, I don't give a damn. It's the same fucking thing. And that says to me, they just, but I've known for most of my life, they speak a different language and they don't hear you when you speak. They only hear what goes on in their own fucking mind. Only time you get through them is you say something that agrees with what is already in their own fucking mind and makes them feel wonderful and perfect. Anything outside of that, they don't hear it. You had the dude that was interviewing was a black African, and you had two other black African brothers up there, and this one ass devil, and they're talking about the same shit we say here. You see what I'm saying? The oppression of African people, black Africans, and there he's up there with the same denial shit, and it just make me sick, like physically ill, physically ill, physically ill. So I don't try to speak the language of these fucking people. I don't try and speak to them at fucking all. Even on this YouTube bullshit, I started out in 2014. And here they come. Well, your channel's never going to grow because you alienate white people. I'm not here for your white ass. Not here for you. Not here for you. And guess what? You don't got to be here for me. So I'm unbothered. So you need to get unbothered. You understand? I'm so unbothered. But how would I have... I don't have to imagine. I know how Colin Kaepernick feels. Not just Colin, but anyone like him or myself who has ever been willing to stand and put it all on the line for what's right. And I will stand in the highest category of hurricane, and nothing will break me until I see one of my own is the very storm that's blowing against me. That will crack my spine. This is the Jedi.